This is the first progress update for Forefront Defenders. This is not a proper development log, so I'll be doing those later on once we have more actual gameplay. I'm just going to be going over the movement system so far, just to give you a bit of an idea on how the game is looking. It's not completed, so we need more animations and a few more mechanics. So I'll be posting a second video once it is finished. The first thing that's noticeable is that it cleanly transitions the animations. It's not flipping between them. We have custom-made sound effects and visuals depending on the material. Once again, we don't have all of them made yet, so it's also going to be custom landing effects and sounds, but we don't have much of the landing ones done yet. You can also see it adjust to the color too. Right now it's defaulting to the mud visuals. It's also on footprints. The main footprint is followed by like a trail. It's darker depending on how fast you're moving. It's also a stamina system, so if you sprint for too long, it automatically unsprints. If you go up on a ramped surface, your character kind of aligns to that. I might reduce the effect of it because this feels a bit extreme right now. Or just adjust how it works a little bit later on. Also, your character is a little bit slower when going up ramps, but vice versa, you're a little bit faster when going down ramps. It's not too noticeable here because it's not super steep. I haven't added a proper loading system, so some of the animations might kind of bug out the first time that they play. It's also crouching system. Let's see. You go slower. When it's actually in the real game, you'll be detected less easily by enemies when you're going like this, because the enemies will have both vision sense and hearing, and the hearing won't be based on where they're looking. It'll be like directional to everywhere. It also works for the most part on ramps moving up and down, if I can get on it. It might be slightly glitchy, but it mostly works. You can also see, at least for this animation, the jump is more exaggerated depending on how big a fall it is. If you hold control, then there's directional movement with like clean transitions. So even if you're going like this, it'll switch over. And then if you try and stay still and use shift lock, it does like a shuffling motion rather than just sliding like most games. Next, there's a sword with, for the most part, a pretty smooth transition when you grab it. I think the animations are pretty nice for the sword. It's mostly the same mechanics. Some of the mechanics are not added, like there's no abrupt stop animation, there's no sliding, and there's still some bugs that will probably have to be worked out, but it's mostly bug free at the moment. It also works in multiplayer. It's just it looks a little bit worse for other players than your actual player, but it still works. It's the crouch as well. And then there's the shuffling effect on the crouch. And then if you press space, rather than jumping, it uncrouches you if you're crouching. You can also press C to uncrouch as well. And the animations aren't done yet on the weapon list, but there is a rolling system Um, if you try and roll when you're not moving, it's more directional. The backwards one, it's a little bit too sharp, so that's probably gonna need to be updated. The other ones are pretty smooth, and it's based on how fast you're going. So if you're running fast, it won't kill your momentum. If you're going slow, it's not gonna give you a momentum boost. It's just gonna give you that quick gain in speed. And also, it works when you're going up ramps too, as well as going off ramps. That covers most of it. Most of this UI, you can just ignore that. None of it's really completed. It's just some rough outlines on how it's going to look. It's going to be like probably energy, mana, and health. There's also going to be like custom cursors, things like that. None of the attacks or anything has been made yet. But yeah, I'll post a second video when I complete the movement system, and then a third video probably will be an official development log where I post like actual gameplay. That'll be in probably a month or two, because we still have quite a bit to finish up. So nothing you see here is final. It's just to give you an idea on how the game looks when you're moving. I'm not sure if I mentioned, but yeah, if you jump, you can't change your momentum. So if you're sprinting and then you stop moving, it keeps that while you're in the midair, and then it fades out as you're landing. And then you also can't jump. There's a bit of a delay, because it's more realistic to have to stop for a moment, especially with all this heavy gear. The gear will affect later on the speed of your character and all those things. But yeah, that's about it. This video won't be properly edited. Like I said, it's not a formal development log.